What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned into another episode of Everyday Heroes, and we got real name Wynton, Jazz, the Queen Lioness, Aunt of Dragons, and Rodney on the show. And before we get into anything, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the show. This is Everyday Heroes. Google us. We are on Google. You can, number one ranked in our category. And you can find us on all streaming platforms. So we in the mix. We finally reached 400 subscribers. We have face masks. We have hoodies. We are going to go ahead and get this raffle started this week. By the time this podcast comes out, we might be in the middle of giving away some free stuff for you guys. All right, so definitely be on the lookout for that. JB couldn't make it tonight. Go Steelers. And all right, so let's go ahead and get into our week. So, Jazz, how was your week?
It's been blessed. Blessed on blessed. Everything is good. I'm excited to be here today.
All right. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And Aunt of Dragons, how was your week?
It is the start of football season, so I am very unexcited. Other than that,
Hold on. I thought you were a football fan.
I'm a good pretend football fan. Like if I'm in the environment, I know what's going on, but also it's like, really?
Didn't you have the Buccaneers tattooed on you or something like that, or?
No, not a tattoo. I not a tattoo.
She had it on her back one episode.
Did I say that?
You totally said that.
That sounds like something I would say. So go Bucks. We're gonna take it home.
They took a hot L last night. But anyway, I'm sorry for any Tampa fans out there. I'm sorry for any Buccaneers fans out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Steelers fan. They're playing right now, so I'm gonna be eating my words too. My week has been great. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on a lot of music, working on a lot of production, trying to manage more instead of do more, and that's what my life is about right now. I need to spend time with my family, spend time with my friends, and get ready for the holidays because I'm gonna cook up everything. All right, so Rodney, how was your week, man?
Oh man, it was pretty good so far. We're getting ready for this hurricane coming through.
All right. I forgot about that actually. I mean, yeah, it's coming through like what this weekend or something like that.
It's coming through either tonight or tomorrow.
Whoo, man, let me go ahead and get my backups ready.
Well, he's located in Alabama, so when you're okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, you're okay.
Okay, we're good. All right.
No, it's just a category 2, so that's not so bad.
They aren't too bad as long as they don't have tornadoes in them. You know, there was one that had tornadoes in them like some years back, and it just messed up everything. It was a category 2, but they aren't too bad.
Not a good combination.
Oh yeah. Hurricane Andrew, my whole roof went off and everything. You know, there was a cow in front of my yard. Wow, man. But yeah, man, I lived in Miami back then.
What do about that?
I don't know, man. Just cut it up. And
Did you tell it to move?
All right, get to the show. So,
Wow.
Let's talk about you. Let's hear where you come from. Where you come from. Your background a little bit. How you got into being a financial broker. So let's run down a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I actually am. So I'm not married, no kids. I am a football player, by the way, over here talking about some she don't like no football. I don't know what you're talking about. But I played college football, played high school football, I ran track, played basketball. So I was an athlete. But how I got into financial brokerage at all was I actually went to school for finance just because I wanted to learn how to flip money. I wanted to learn how to flip houses and real estate, and I just never really wanted to work for people. But I've always been a good worker no matter who I worked for. But I just was like, I need to find a way to get out of this, because I remember growing up seeing, people my dad associated with. He wasn't a business owner, but he knew business owners, and him being around them kind of made me think about it. I was like, man, how is this person free during the day like this? You know, what are they doing? Or how come I see this person with a new house every year? I'm like, what's up with that? And it, even though I didn't know what was going on, it planted a seed in my mind that there was something more than just playing football. Because guys, to be honest, I 100% thought the only way I was going to get rich, and I think this is an issue with a lot of men in the black community, is we think that the only way to get rich would have been to play a sport or, you know, be some type of entertainer. And me being exposed to it just opened my mind, and it made me say, okay, well, why do I keep on picking all these super high paying career fields? Well, I just wanted to make a lot of money. And I was like, well, why do I want to make that much money? And I thought because I wanted to do what I saw my dad's friends do, which is flipping houses and having businesses and all that type of stuff. So I was like, if I'm going to do that, why not make my major finance? And I did it. And that is like, I had a lot of people tell me like that was the hardest major. And I'm one of them type of people, I don't care about difficulty at all. I care about the potential result. And same thing with the Air Force. I'm an Air Force veteran too, by the way. And when I wanted to go into the Air Force, they were like, that's the hardest one to get in. Again, I don't care about difficulty. I care about results. Is this going to get me what I want? And, you know, I saw that getting me what I want. So I did it. And it was very difficult. But the further I got in finance, the fewer black people there were. And I started kind of seeing that there was a void that needed to be filled. And it just kind of inspired me to, I was like, I need to figure out some way that I can make a career, you know, bettering the black community financially. Don't get me wrong, I help everybody. I have clients of all colors, all ethnicities. But I got into it because I wanted to help black people, you know. So I don't know if that's enough about me, but that's basically how I got into financial brokerage.
No, I mean, that's truly amazing. You know what you're saying. Actually, that's really good stuff, and our viewers would definitely appreciate that. That's definitely some really good stuff. So we'll get into some questions. So we'll get a roundtable going. So let's start with Art of Dragons. Art of Dragons. What kind of question do you have for Rodney today?
I knew you were gonna do that first, and that's fine because I'm so prepared, even though I just dropped my pen. So I saw you went to the University of Alabama. This
I
is also
did.
this is
Well,
kind of
University of
this is
South Alabama.
sorry.
It's University of South Alabama.
Oh, forgive me. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
So yeah, I was supposed to go there.
Oh, really?
How?
Yeah,
Oh,
In Mobile?
why didn't you?
yeah. I mean, it was out of state, so obviously I didn't go.
Oh.
That's awesome.
But that was just a comment. That wasn't a question.
Mm,
So you made a post about why men need vision and goals, and instead of pursuing women, pursue goals. Can you elaborate more on that?
oh, y'all been on my page. Yeah, I can. So the reason I said that is because I've seen, I'll say this, don't get me wrong. I think the right woman or a good woman is so beneficial to a man's life, but I also think that women are men's biggest distractions. They will pursue a woman sometimes before they handle their business. Or it's men that don't have a place to stay. They don't even have a car, but they over here trying to holler at you. I'm just like, that don't make no sense to me. Why, if you don't have yourself together, what are you doing trying to pursue a woman? It's how I personally feel. Um, so I'm just like, I men are like that. And I don't like when women talk to those dudes. It just like irks my nerves because I'm just like, you know, women complain about how men are so much, and I'm just like, you're egging it on in a way, you know. If these guys don't have to be something or do something with their life, and they can still have you, they have no incentive to want to grow or improve themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where that came from.
Um,
I
how,
100% agree with that. By the way, go ahead.
how can we stop generational poverty?
Good question. Um, I could expand on that like really wide. I would say by starting with breaking generational ignorance. And what I mean by that is if you give people money and they don't have the knowledge of how to use it, or they don't have the self-esteem to not blow it, right, or not to follow the crowd, it's just going to be lost anyway. And if a person is born into poverty, but he is knowledgeable in business, finance, or just, any of that type of stuff, he's going to eventually elevate, with a whole lot. But I mean, in most people, like, and not to brag, but just what I've made in the last 6 months, some people work 5 years for it sometimes. Just depends on how much they make a year. And again, I'm not saying that to brag, but it's the skills and knowledge that I developed that got me to that point. So everything after me is going to be bigger than everything before me because of what I, learned and how I expanded my mind and the skills I developed. So generational wealth can exist without the knowledge to go with it. And generational poverty can't continue to exist without us remaining ignorant. So when people pass up the opportunities to learn or pass up situations that challenge them, that might be outside of their comfort zone, all they're doing is keeping themselves on the same level or even declining. So yeah, to end generational poverty, you have to end generational ignorance, because false knowledge, fears, insecurities, all that stuff gets passed down generation after generation too. Somebody's got to make that decision, decide to learn and change.
And then last question, can you explain the difference to us between passive income and active income?
Active, yeah. Okay, so active income is income that you make by working. You're actually physically doing something to earn that money. Passive income is when you're making money and you're doing no work whatsoever. And a lot of people want to make passive income, all right, but they never in order to create passive income, you have to take your active income and invest it in a way that creates the passive income. And it might take of income to grow to be enough for you not to have to work. But another just some mistakes a lot of people make is they focus so much on active income because they're trying to spend now, they're trying to live it up now, that they want to have a lot of active income, but they don't take any of that active income and turn it into passive, so they never end up stopping. They never are able to stop working at all. So passive income is where you don't have to work to make that money. That money is making you money, or that opportunity or business venture or whatever. It's basically you're making money without your efforts. Active income is you making money with your efforts. Nobody ever will stop working unless you start focusing on the passive income.
Thank you.
All right. No,
Mhm.
that's really good. That's really good stuff, man. That's really good jewels
Go
to drop.
FSU.
Right. So so you do you're a financial broker, right?
Mhm.
And is there anything else you do to generate income besides being a financial broker?
Um, I've started a few little business ventures. Honestly, most of them were just tax deductions, but they will turn into passive income for me as well. So, for example, I bought a food truck. I bought a truck, got it fixed all up on the inside, got it painted, and basically I gave my sister a business. And I'm the owner right now. I told her, she's gonna run it. Once I get back what I've spent, I'm gonna ship to her, and I'm still gonna be a partial owner. But she's gonna make the bulk of the money, but I'm gonna get some passive income off of it, right? So I'm gonna get my money back that I spent. The entire amount that I spent on the food truck is gonna be a complete tax deduction that and I need it. And then once it gets off the ground and all that type of stuff, I will basically, for the rest of that business's existence, I'll have a residual income off of it, and I do no work, but I'm the one that started it. So I have that. Um, I rent out my rooms at my house. I'm single with no kids. Even though I make a lot of money, I'm like, they pay my mortgage basically. And then I do plan on maybe having a few rental properties and maybe even start a few other businesses. But I'm all about, again, I really like that passive income thing. So I don't mind fronting some money to get some stuff off the ground. And I just kind of write up a contract to say, okay, I'm a partial owner and I get X amount of dollars off of, it's off of that business in perpetuity, meaning forever. And that's basically, I don't know if you guys knew that, that's basically what stock is in a way. So when you buy equity in a company or when you buy stock, you're basically buying partial ownership, which gives you a right to their profits, which is what dividends are. So I just basically did that same thing. It's just not stock though.
All right, cool.
Mhm.
I invest quite a bit of money in stocks and stuff like that. So
Right.
definitely that game is a good game.
Mhm.
For that, with what you just said, Rodney, wouldn't
Yeah.
that be called a bond?
No, no. That's if it was a loan, it would have been a bond. Since
Got
I'm a partial owner, it's equity.
oh,
Yeah.
All right, so good
Good
question
question
by the
though.
way. Yeah, good question for sure.
Some
Um, what? All right, so this is kind of like a two questions in one. What's the best advice that you've been given in life, and then what's the best advice you can give back other than that advice that you've been given?
hmm, best advice I've ever been given. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I've been given so much good advice. Uh,
well,
I
what's your
guess it's
favorite?
what's my favorite? Was that what you said?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me think. You know what? I'm gonna say this. My mentor telling me to quit my job. Um, there's no way I could have accomplished all the things that I have over the past few years had I not been pushed off the edge. You know what I'm saying? Kicked out the nest. Pushed off the porch. Whatever analogy you want to use. Um, my mindset had to be broken off of employment. And don't get me wrong, I'm not telling everybody quit your job today. I prepared for me to leave my job, but yeah, that was definitely a life changer because it led to this. All I can name other things that kind of put me in that position too, but definitely that's one of them. Making the decision to quit my job and do what I do now for a full-time career. Now one of the best advice I would give anybody is always, always, always for the rest of your life, have an open mind.
Hmm.
The second that you start thinking you already know or you don't need to know is the moment you start declining as a person or your progression halts as a person. You will never know everything. You will never do everything right. Um, and I definitely have to say, me being open-minded is why I've gotten almost every accomplishment I have. You know, it like being closed-minded is, well, for one, to me, it's like so unattractive for one. But the other thing is just like it limits your potential. Um, it takes away whatever opportunity might have presented itself at the right time for you. It is just like you could be in the right place at the right time, but you're the wrong person because your mind wasn't open to it, and so they just miss it. So yeah, my advice is forever, for the rest of your life, keep your mind open. If it doesn't make sense to you, explore it anyway. If you think you already know, listen anyway. If you think you're right, see if you might be wrong. Just try. You know what I'm saying? If you think you can't do it, try it. You might be able to do it. Just always keep your mind open.
I like that.
Mhm.
all right, good stuff. And last but not least, Jazz, you have any questions?
What's the biggest mistake people make with finances?
Mm. Allowing themselves to be brainwashed by TV, radio, music, all that stuff. I feel like that is, or even society, that is directly the reason why people's spending habits are so terrible. For example, and I'm this is gonna get in a long spiel. I'm gonna try to keep it short. But diamonds, for example, diamonds are virtually worthless. It's just a rock, but it was created to be valuable because there was a marketing scheme to sell them, which where people or where basically the company started associating having a diamond with marriage. That if you go back 100 years, there was no association with diamonds and marriage, but now everybody thinks that they and now women won't even marry a dude, or some women anyway won't marry a dude unless they got a nice rock. And it's wasteful, you know. And I'm not even saying that I won't get a ring for the woman I choose to marry, but what I am saying is I understand that it was just a ploy, and almost everything that we're kind of choosing to buy, cars, all that type of stuff, is just marketing. You know, they show you images to brainwash you into believing that this is something that you're supposed to be doing. And matter of fact, to elaborate on that, the same way diamonds became popular is how toothpaste became popular. I know that sounds weird. If you go, yeah, I know, right? You go back 100 years. No, you go back 80. Yeah, you go back 100 years. Most people didn't used to brush their teeth, but
I
it was
did see
during,
that.
yeah. And so
Or
during World
deodorant. They
War,
didn't use deodorant back in the day either,
all
y'all.
that stuff. But I'm gonna tell you. So during the World Wars or World War One or two, whichever one it was, I'm gonna say one. A lot of people weren't able to get into the war. You know, they're doing the drafts and they're having to deny people, and they need them, but they're denying them because their teeth are messed up, rotten, all that type of stuff. And so they're like, how do we get people to start brushing their teeth? They went to a psychiatrist or whatever profession that was. You know, somebody who studies human we get people to like this stuff. And basically, you have to create a cue to show them that something's wrong. And they came up with licking your teeth, just doing that right there, just licking your teeth. And you just did it. You see how you just did it, Jeff? That's exactly what they did it for. You made it's like, oh, wait. And that film that you feel, everybody has it. Everybody has that film on their teeth. So you lick that and then you're like, hold on, I need to brush my teeth, even though everybody has it on there. So they created a cue to make you say, hey, I need to brush my teeth. Then what they did is they attached some type of reward to it. So they started showing images of successful men that were attractive that brushed their teeth and showing them with a successful, attractive woman on their arm. And now the women are associating to brushing their teeth with that's how you get a successful, attractive man. And the men are like, that's how you get a beautiful woman. You see what I'm getting at? Now,
Hmm.
doesn't that sound similar to what happens with these purses and cars and all this type of random stuff?
Right.
Now, in this particular case, they were brainwashed to brush their teeth, which was a good thing, which we're cool with that. But that same tactic was used to get us to buy diamonds, get us to buy cars, get us to basically be reckless with our spending.
Oh,
So,
so well, speaking of diamonds and rings, can you tell us about that big old rock you rocking on your hand?
oh, I got that for making over 100K.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I see you. Is it
Mhm.
all filled? Look, let me see it up close.
Nah, every 100,000 I make, they're gonna give me an extra diamond.
Okay, awesome. Was that a
Yeah.
hard accomplishment for you?
I would say the beginning was super difficult because I had to make changes in myself. I had to learn more. I had to do a lot of work. I had to learn. I had to learn how to be a better leader as well. Because the reason business is doing so well for me now is because I've become so good at teaching other people. And it's like the folks that I'm teaching and training have just the same or have had levels of success faster than I did. And to me, that's a indication of how well I've been doing at teaching because they can progress faster than me when I was kind of coming up. So yeah.
Awesome, awesome. And just my last question, are there any books or anything that you're reading right now that help contribute to your success? I know you were talking about mindset earlier.
Mhm.
Um, and
Yeah.
that's where a lot of people are lacking. So do you have anything for us to help us get
Yeah, I
on the
got a
right track?
right. Yeah, I got a couple books that I can think of off the top of my head, which one is Grant Cardone, um sell or be sold
Mm-hmm.
like that is because a lot of people will say, well, I'm not a salesman, or I can't be in sales. And I'm like, look, bro, people don't realize that everything you do is in sales in a way. If you go to a job interview, you're selling yourself. If you go to a movie and you enjoyed it, and you or a restaurant, you enjoyed it, and you told somebody about it, you just sold that restaurant or that movie. You sold it, right? And what is selling it? Basically telling people that it's good, influencing them to go do it, right? That's sales. So you're already in sales, you're just not getting paid for it.
Right.
Okay.
And
You're
that's something
basically
I
just
hear a lot of
marketing.
people say that, oh, I can't do it because I'm not good at speaking or whatnot. But in reality, they can because they do it every day.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's
some
just on
sort
a
of
subject.
passion.
Right, right. You just got to get knowledgeable on the subject. Anything that you're knowledgeable on, you can speak with confidence. Right. Another book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Um, Whenever you are in any type of matter of fact, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It could be a relationship, it could be business, it could be sports, it could be your job, whatever. You will for the rest of your life, unless you dig yourself into a hole and hide for the rest of your life, you will deal with people. And how successful you can be in life, or your potential, has a lot to do with your ability to deal with people, your ability to deal with yourself, right? Which leads me into my next book, which would be Emotional Intelligence. I can't remember the guy who wrote it, but there's two. There's a first one, and then there's a 2.0. And the book of Emotional Intelligence talks about how there's a higher correlation with success between emotional intelligence and intelligence. And just to kind of explain the difference, intelligence is more so your ability to learn, your ability to analyze, right? Kind of almost like how smart you are, your IQ. Um, and then you have emotional intelligence, which is your ability to recognize and control your own emotions, along with recognizing other people's emotions and acting accordingly towards them, right? And so basically, again, that's dealing with people. So the higher your emotional intelligence is, really the higher likelihood of your success in anything that you're doing. Because of course, we all come up with adversity. If you can't handle that emotionally, it doesn't really matter how smart you are, if that
Hmm.
makes sense.
And I
So
read the beginning of that book. I know, like, they help you break down yourself first, and
right,
then move you on into the success portion. So
right. And so if I had to say, don't get me wrong, I think I'm a pretty intelligent person, but I have a high emotional intelligence. You know, and me and Jazz were actually talking earlier, and she was talking about how she's always seen me, just no matter what's going on, I'm always pressing forward. I'm not letting anything really stop me or get me down for very long. And she doesn't really hear me complain about anything about my life at all. And it's not because nothing ever goes on. It's just that because I don't allow anything to stop me like that, you know. But like I said,
do you
emotional
keep
intelligence.
moving forward, or like talk about that a little bit? Like how do you have that emotional strength? It's, I guess, from reading the books and everything, huh?
Well, no, I actually found out I had high emotional intelligence after I read the book. I
Okay.
kind of, yeah, I kind of developed it over the years because, just being transparent, I used to have really bad anger issues.
Mm.
Um, I did not always have good self-control. The upside of emotional intelligence over intelligence is kind of limited. Whatever you're born with it's like genetic. You know what I'm saying? Emotional intelligence is not. There's no limit to how good you can get at that. Right? That can be, you could be level 0 and be level 10 or 100 or 1,000. You know what I'm saying? There's no limit to that. So all of us have the ability to become more emotional intelligence, as opposed to intelligence is kind of what you got is what you got. It might go up a little bit, but not really. But why did I say that? Where was I getting at?
You
Oh,
being
you said how did I get right? How did I develop it? Well, I kind of just learned a few things on my own, which was one of those things was my emotions are not helping. You know what I'm saying? It was just like let's say I'm doing something, I get frustrated, and I started realizing like being upset about it is distracting me from solving this problem. And I'm just like, I can't really function properly if I'm putting how I feel in front of what I'm trying to accomplish. So that thought process kind of helped me do that. Um, Another thing is too is the realization that almost all success or growth is also associated with discomfort or some level of stress. And like when I work out, um, like I remember people used to be like, "Man, you're so strong and fast because you like working out." I was like, think about what you just said. That sounds really dumb to me. That you think that my arms and legs burning like hell is fun for some reason, you know. But I like winning, right? And it's a part of the process. And I understand that the more it burns, besides, of course, not going too far with injuries, but it's just like the more it burns and the more discomforting it is, the more I'm probably improving, right? The times if you go work out and you don't feel any burn, you don't get tired, you're not going to improve at all. It's just but the same thing happens to us emotionally and spiritually when we're going through, life or whatever we're doing, pursuing a business venture, going through college, whatever it is, that junk ain't fun, you know? And I just realized that discomfort is a part of growth. And instead of hiding from it or resisting the discomfort, I embrace it now. And I'm just like, hey, I now like it a little bit to go through stuff because I'm like, oh, I'm getting better. Oh, I know I'm finna improve. And I'm focused on the reward more than I'm focusing on the pain.
That was
People
one of
who,
the biggest advice that you probably gave me is, with what you just said. Do not run from the pain, but grow through it. And what
Mhm.
you just said definitely puts a whole new meaning for me to no pain, no gain. Okay.
Right.
That saying, it goes not only for working out, it goes for everything.
Hmm.
Got it.
That's very true. That's very true. That's really good stuff you're dropping here, Rodney, man, and I really enjoyed this stuff. Any final questions from anyone?
No, man, but thank you so much for answering all of our questions and taking the time out of
Thank you
your
for
busy
having me.
day.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, before we head out, you want to go ahead and share the platform with Rodney. Any social media handles, anything you want to plug in before we head out?
I mean, if you guys want to follow me or reach out to me, my Instagram is Rodney underscore the real deal. Um, but Facebook is just Rodney Watson Roman numeral two. So Rodney Watson the second. For some odd reason, I'm like the only person in the country with that. I don't know what's up with it, but yeah, if you look for it, you'll find me, Rodney Watson the second, and you'll find me.
All
Yes.
right, all right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the show. Google us, Everyday Heroes. We in the mix. We're doing a lot of big things. We got giveaways. We got contests. It's gonna be bananas. Trust me. So, facts plus tax. So, from real name Wynton, Jazz the Queen Lioness, Aunt of Dragons, and Rodney. This is Everyday Heroes signing out.